would I say this is just a lily and that not all snakes are like Lily? Lily is of course a carpet python. She is a jungle with coastal in her, and this is a daily occurrence. Sometimes once a day, sometimes twice a day. It depends on whether Lily has come out earlier in the day and been out for a long time, or she was out earlier and I've had to go out, put her back home, come back, and within an hour she's back at the door. So I want to sort of say, do I think this is just my snakes or the way my snakes are? Absolutely not, guys. I do not believe that at all, and I do not believe it is species related either. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think for me it is how you have decided to be with your snake, and if you have spent a lot of time with them and put in the time with them, no matter the species, this is what you're going to get. A snake that very much wants to come on out and be out. And I hear people say, that's carpet pythons, and it probably is to some degree. They are very active, and I believe extremely intelligent as well. But aren't all snakes in varying degrees? And why just carpet pythons? I don't believe that to be truth. It is definitely how you have chosen to care for them. If you've been consistent in allowing them to come out as little ones, to show them the world outside of their home, and given them that sense of safety and security out of their home, then what have they got to fear of coming out other than, wow, I get to come out, I get to explore, I get to climb, I get to go here, there and everywhere. Why would they want to stay in their homes? They just wouldn't. And if it'd be like me, I can only put it this way, I guess, having children that were only ever allowed to play in their bedroom and were never allowed to go outside in the backyard and play. Like, they just don't know any different. Well, they would. Children are children and they do know. But you allow your children to go out in the backyard and play because you know that they'll really, really enjoy it. And you let them do it once and then it is, oh, can I go out in the backyard and play again, please? That's lots of fun. And so on and so on and so on. I think you get what I mean. It's the same for a snake. That was really fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I really had a great time, and I would really like to do that again, please. And they'll let you know that they want to do it again and again. And you can start that from a very young age. You know, I tend to wait probably about that year, especially the little snakes like a pani. If I've had a pani out, but she's older than a year now, of course. But, you know, I like them to have a little bit of size on them, and they're confident snakes in themselves before I take them outside. But you let them do it, they will get a taste of it. And Lily's going into the speaker, which is what Lily does, and I don't like it doing that, and I just have to hang on, grab her and not let her go too far in there. Come on, Missy. No, thank you. Thank you, darling. Sorry, guys, but she goes in there, and there's a little bit of just a little tiny section in the back of that speaker that she can just hook her nose around and be quite stubborn about coming out of it. And normally I'm onto it, but I was not. I was chatting away, as I can also do. But yeah, you let them do it and they get a taste of it. And that includes whether you're just letting them out to come out into the room outside of their enclosure, or whether you're letting them go outside. They know, and they like it, and they enjoy it, and then they will express the fact that that is what they would really like to do. And rarely do I ever have to force my snakes into ever coming out of their homes. I get that with some snakes that you do have to give them a little bit of a heads up, and it's very wise to get them out, because there will be times when you will need to be able to do that, and you'll want to be able to do that without the fear of wondering whether they're going to become defensive and strike out at you, because they're fearing so many things. You, because they haven't got to know you that well. Also, as I'm holding this and turning on a light down here, not only are they fearing you guys, but they're fearing outside of their home, because it is really something that they've not gotten used to yet. And they should. You know, for me, that is so important for you to do for your snakes in captivity, is to make every aspect of what we are in their lives, or going to be in their lives, or what they're going to have around them in their lives, that they feel safe and comfortable with. Your snake being defensive is telling you, one, I don't know you very well. I don't trust you yet. Or, I'm afraid to be out of my home. That is it. That's the basics of it. If they are comfortable with both those things, you won't have a defensive snake. You'll never worry about a snake biting you ever. And you might think, end of story, there are just some mean, I like that, mean snakes out there. No, not really. They're just fearful snakes that need somebody to show them there is no need to feel fear, that I'm here. I'm going to take care of you. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to do you any harm. And I'm certainly not going to put you somewhere where you will be in danger. So that's what my video's about. All snakes, if you let them come out, you show them that out and you and the world outside of their home is a wonderful place to be, they'll willingly come out. And not only will they willingly come out, you don't have to worry about what their attitude is like. You won't even think about it anymore because you know that they're perfectly fine. Like I am with Lily, and like I am with Jack and Jessie and all of them. You know, even Tessa. I know what she's like in her enclosure, but I know what she's like out of her enclosure. Why is she defensive about her home? I wish, guys, I could give you a dead-on point. This is why. Yep, she may feel 100% safe in her home, more than she does coming out of her home. But I also know that once she's out, she's fine too. So if I gave up and said to myself, Tessa's too defensive, I'll just leave her be and she can just stay in an enclosure for the rest of her life. That isn't good for Tessa, and it's not good for me either, because I know it would be the wrong thing by Tessa. I have to keep showing her and proving to her that I trust her and that she can trust me, guys. So I'm going to keep going with Tessa. She remains a defensive snake all of her life, so be it. But I know that once I've got her out, I have very, very little to worry about with her, no matter how big she ends up. So, guys, take care of yourself and your family and your friends, your snakes, and all your animals. With Lily all the way over there, and butt end down here, I will say ciao.